Hello, my name is Derek Wade. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I have a cold. My name is Derek Wade. I decided to do my project on me and what I've learned. I'm merging in information technology. I'm a sophomore, and this is my second semester in this major. Pretty much, I have about 4 points that I'm going to be discussing. Part of the reason why I decided to do my presentation on what I've learned and my website on what I've learned is that I've learned a lot since I've been back at North Carolina A&T, and pretty much when I started back last semester, I didn't have any real idea of what to expect because part of it was I had never really been in the major, and because I didn't really know much about the major other than what I read on the website for North Carolina A&T. So when I met, classmates last semester, I learned a lot from them, and that was C++. So, but at any rate, to bring it up to date with what I'm discussing right now, this is why I decided to do my project on what I've learned. When I look at what I've learned, it is going to be about 4 points. 4 points on the 4 different pages. The first point will be the home page. The home page is like the intermediary between the rest of the pages. It is what you use to navigate and what holds the other pages to importance with what the main page is about. The second page is going to be pretty much on where and how everything else kind of comes together. Like when I discuss what I've been through about me, and the reason why I did it about me is because initially when I first came to North Carolina A&T, I ended up having to leave because I had a child. And I ended up going down to South Carolina with my high school sweetheart. We got married, and she finished school down there, and I became a United States Postal relief carrier, which means what I did is I actually relieved the regular carriers that come to your house, usually Monday through Friday. The person that you see on Saturday is usually a relief carrier, or they take a day off. The person that you see is a relief carrier. And that's basically what I did down there. And then when we came back to North Carolina, I transferred my job back to North Carolina, and I worked in Winston-Salem for about a year before I came to North Carolina A&T. When I was here working, we kind of came to the conclusion that maybe it would be in our best interest for me to go back to school, and that's kind of how I ended up back at North Carolina A&T. I no longer work. My wife is a speech pathologist, and she pretty much finished school down there while I was working, so now she's working, I'm back in school, and that's kind of how it ties back into me coming back to North Carolina A&T. The next thing would be interesting facts about me. Another part will be about the jobs that I'm interested in. So I'm like most people, I have very realistic expectations for this area. That type of degree field is not going to be what you will make working in, say, Silicon Valley, California. However, I'm confident that I will get a reasonable wage regardless of where I decide to work at, even if it's not there in that area. But that's one of the main points. But the jobs that I'm interested in include information technology consultant, computer forensic investigator, cloud computing, high performance computing, cloud architect, and mobile application developer. So that is pretty much that tidbit on that. And the last part will probably be about what I've actually learned, which is what I was beginning to speak about in the beginning. Is like I say, there are a lot of different things about HTML that I did not know, and that I did not realize that it was that specific to the concepts, and that you had to use that much practice in order to get it, because there are a lot of different ways that you can come to the same product. It's just that it depends on how you want to use it. But like I say, that was pretty much my whole thing on that, because I did not know that it was that much of a broad spectrum of different elements to it, to be more specific. So like I say, I've learned a lot throughout the semester, especially with the other classes that I've taken. And I feel that I'm a better student for that, as well as a better IT person for that, because like I say, I can switch out a hard drive. I can do a lot of different stuff with hardware, but once you start getting into the interconnected components and the software, that's a whole different story. So in conclusion, that concludes my presentation. Thank you, and I appreciate you taking the moment to watch my video. Thank you.